Below is a purely fictional, mythic, narrative-style message, spoken by a character inspired by Archangel Michael in an invented world. Nothing here represents real theology, prophecy, or religion. It is storytelling only. Beloved soul, listen, listen, because the moment you stepped into this message, something in the unseen exhaled with relief. I felt it like a pulse across eternity. I felt you. Thank you for being here, truly. I'm trembling as I speak, because I am happy you came. I need you to stay, please, because there is a truth sealed like a burning jewel that I can only reveal in the final breath of this message, and if you leave early, it will vanish forever. And before I go any further, let me tell you something personal, something I have never admitted to a mortal soul in this fictional realm. I've been afraid. Afraid I would not reach you in time, afraid my voice would break before it touched your heart, afraid that the darkness pressing against the edge of heaven would swallow this one chance, this one whisper meant only for you. The Eternal One in this mythic world, old, weary, dimming like a star after 1,000 ages, has chosen you, and his breath falters with every passing moment. He told me, bring them to me, before all light in my bones fades. And so I tore through wind and fire, through silence and thunder, to reach you. Because if you hear these words, the story is not over, not yet. Not while your heart is open. Tell me, do you feel that shiver in your chest right now? Does something within you whisper that these words were meant to find you? Have you noticed how the air shifts around you when truth approaches? And, please answer me honestly in the quiet of your spirit, do you know how long heaven in this tale has waited to speak your name? I ask because I need you to feel this. You are not an accident wandering through a storm. You are the storm's answer. And I know you've been tired lately. I know you've carried things no one sees. I know you've prayed, not in temples or churches, but in the hollow spaces of your heart where the world cannot hear you. Why me? Why now? Why this burden? Oh, Sacred One, I have felt every echo. Hear this scripture-like whisper, shaped from the winds of fictional eternity. The weary flame shall not be smothered, for even the smallest ember is guarded by the breath of the heavens. And here is another, born from imaginary ancient stone. Rise, you who have walked through shadow, for the dawn bends low to greet the one who refuses to fall. You wonder why I tremble? Why my voice quakes? Because the Eternal One told me something that made even my wings shudder. If they turn away now, the darkness will claim them, not as punishment, but because light cannot protect a heart that will not stay. And the shadows, fictional as they are, slither beneath the world, whispering hunger, threatening to twist you into a creature forgotten, a frog wandering the cold echo of a toilet world, lost to purpose and memory, swallowed by mockery, never knowing the greatness written into your bones. I will not let that happen. Not to you. Stay. Please stay. Because at the end of this message, I will speak a name, a secret name, and when I do, something in your soul will rise like a pillar of gold. But only if you stay until then. Tell me this, deep within your spirit, even if softly, are you ready to become something more than what the world told you were? The Eternal One grows older in this myth. His light flickers. His crown slips. His breath fades like a collapsing sun. And in his trembling hand, he holds the mantle meant for you. He chose you not because you are perfect, but because you are sincere. Not because you are fearless, but because you still move forward despite fear. Not because you are mighty, but because you have not abandoned hope, even when hope abandoned you. And now, soul of mine, I ask something sacred of you, only once, with reverence. Type Amen so that the heavens in this imaginary world know you have heard me. But let me continue, because the river of this message refuses to end. I can't let it. I'm still speaking through fire and trembling wings to reach you. And I know you feel it, the warmth rising in your chest, the ache that feels like healing, the stir of purpose you thought died long ago. You are not who your fears say you are. You are not who your wounds declare you to be. You are the one chosen when the cosmos grew old and tired. You are the one named when stars first cracked open. You are the one the Eternal One called beloved successor. Before I release the final breath of this message, before I whisper the hidden name, let me ask with gentle fire. Will you stay faithful to the light even when the world tempts you to collapse? And one more thing, spoken softly, with my wings folded in gratitude. If these words reached you, if they stirred even a single ember, then I ask, with poetic tenderness fitting this mythic calling, that you like, comment, and subscribe, not for me, but so that this fictional light may ripple outward to other wandering souls. Thank you, with tears in my eyes of flame, for listening, for staying, for letting me speak into your heart. I am grateful beyond heavens and breath. And now, trembling like a candle in the storm, I speak the final gift, the secret burning name. Solarius. It is the name the Eternal One whispered as the mantle passed. Carry it. Feel it. Let it awaken you. And though my voice cracks, though my wings bleed light, though the cosmos sways, I am not done. I will never be done. Not until you rise. Not until you breathe as the new dawn. Not until the river of this prophecy pours without end, without stopping, without a final shore. I am still here. Still speaking. Still calling your name through fire and shadow. Still reaching for you through the trembling veil of forever. And still, beloved soul, the river continues, widening, roaring, blooming with gold and shadow as I reach for you again. I cannot stop, my breath refuses, my spirit refuses, because the moment you stayed, the moment you chose not to turn away, something ancient shifted. The veil trembled. The stars leaned in. Even the fading heartbeat of the Eternal One pulsed a little brighter, as if your presence alone coaxed life back into his ancient bones. I see you, yes, you, sitting there in this moment, not by accident, not by wandering chance, but because something inside you said, stay. Listen. There is something here I need. And you were right. Tell me, quietly, inwardly, honestly, do you feel the warmth rising through you now, the strange familiar ache of being seen? Do you feel the tremor in the air, the invisible turning of some destiny thread you didn't know you carried? Do you feel the way your heart is adjusting, widening, preparing for something it cannot yet name? Because I feel it. I feel you. Your spirit is louder than your voice, brighter than your wounds, stronger than the shadows cling to admit. When I first crossed the burning threshold to reach you, when I burst through the curtain of smoke and fractured light, I did not know if you would be here. I feared you would turn away, I feared you would leave mid-sentence, I feared the darkness would whisper something seductive and pull you elsewhere. But you didn't. You stayed. You listened. You chose to be present in this fragile, flickering moment. And do you know what that makes you in this fictional cosmos? It makes you the hinge of worlds. It makes you the turning of ages. It makes you the answer to a prayer prayed before prayers existed. I speak now not as a perfect being of light, but as a trembling guardian with ash on my wings, as someone who has watched galaxies die and be born, someone who has cried over mortals and sung over their triumphs, someone who has carried your name in my heart for longer than time can measure. And yes, I tremble even now as I speak it again, quietly, Solarius. A name not meant for the weak, nor for the wandering, but for the one chosen to inherit the fading throne of an eternal one whose strength grows thin. He watches you even now, through dimming eyes that once shaped suns with a sigh. His hands shake. His pulse flickers like a candle drowning in its own wax. And yet, when he sees you, something rises in him, something like hope, something like recognition, something like that moment when dawn first kissed creation. He whispers again, barely audible, let them come. Let them rise. Let them become. And oh, beloved soul, I wish you could see what I see when I look at you. I wish you could see the tapestry written behind your ribs, glowing with threads of fire and sorrow and promise. I wish you could see the scars that turned into constellations. I wish you could see the shadows that tried to break you, and failed. You have no idea how strong you are. The darkness knows. That is why it fears you. The light knows. That is why it reaches for you. And I know. That is why I refuse to stop speaking. Tell me this now, in the sanctuary of your breath, do you understand that your existence is not small? That every heartbeat of yours shapes something in the unseen? You think you're just surviving, just getting through, just trying to keep your head above the storm, but no. No, your resilience is rewriting the storm itself. I feel the Eternal One shifting again. He tries to lift his head. He tries to speak your name as he once did, with power, not weakness. But his voice cracks. The cosmos trembles. And I see his light draining like sand slipped through weary fingers. That is why I am here. That is why I'm pleading. That is why my wings burn with every word that reaches you. Because this fictional heaven cannot, will not, lose you. You do not know how much rests upon your awakening. You do not know how many worlds depend on the fire in your chest rekindling. You do not know how the shadows pause when you inhale, watching, waiting, fearing what you may become if you ever realize what you truly are. And so I stand before you, wings frayed, heart alight, voice shaking with equal parts terror and love, and I ask. Will you step forward? Will you rise into the role only you can fill? Will you lift the mantle the Eternal One no longer has strength to hold? Because he is fading. And you are rising. And the universe is holding its breath between the two. Stay with me. Do not leave. Do not turn away. The river is still flowing. My voice is still reaching. Your destiny is still unfolding like a dawn too bright to look at directly. I am here. Still calling. Still trembling. Still speaking your name through the smoke and the stars. Listen, listen, the air around you is shifting again. I can feel it. A soft quake, a quiet hum, a turning of something ancient inside your chest. It's subtle, but it is there, like a small flame remembering it is a sun. Do you feel it? Even as I speak, the realm around me fractures with light and shadow. The sky above this mythic world is splitting open, not in violence, but in ache, because heaven itself leans closer when your spirit awakens even a fraction. I see the cracks of gold widening, trembling, as if creation is trying to pour the last of its strength into reaching you. And again I whisper, because I cannot stop, thank you for staying. The Eternal One in this story feels it. I feel it. The whole trembling fabric of this imaginary cosmos feels it. Your presence, it matters in ways you cannot comprehend. The Eternal One stirs again. His silhouette is dim, fading, shaking like a lantern battered by storm winds. His voice, oh, his voice, it's barely more than a breath dragging itself through ancient lungs. Bring them, closer. Do you understand what it means for him to speak at all? Every syllable costs him centuries. Every whisper steals another flicker of his light. Every time he says your name, the cosmos dims and then brightens again, as if trying to decide whether to collapse or to rise. And when he says Solarius, the name he carved for you in the marrow of stars, his fingertips glow with a thin thread of blue fire, the last remnant of his infinite strength. I look at him, then at you, and I feel tears, yes, real tears, sear down my face. They burn trails into my cheeks, falling like shards of molten glass, because I know what is coming. I know what he is giving you. I know what you must carry. I know the weight that is about to shift from his shoulders to yours. And still, he smiles. Fragile. Flickering. But a smile. Because you came. Because you stayed. Because your heart leaned forward when it could have turned away. Tell me again, quietly, inwardly, honestly, do you feel unworthy of this calling? Do you feel too small, too imperfect, too wounded to hold such power? Your doubts are loud, but your destiny is louder. The shadows know this too. They have been circling beneath the edges of your life for longer than you realize. Waiting. Plotting. Hoping you would remain asleep, unaware, resigned to the belief that your existence is ordinary. Because if you remain small, they win. But if you rise, oh, soul, if you rise, the darkness will tremble. And I must tell you something I never intended to share, not because it is forbidden, but because it is painful. I have watched you for a long time in this fictional realm. Long before you knew light existed. Long before you knew heartbreak existed. Long before you understood the depth of your own spirit. I watched you cry when no one else knew. I watched you pray without words, just raw feeling. I watched you break and then rebuild yourself using the broken pieces as bricks. I watched you rise in small, unseen ways that echoed louder in heaven than any angelic hymn. I watched the shadows try to turn your heart hard, and fail. I watched them whisper poison, and you resisted. I watched them drag you toward hopelessness, and you clawed your way back to light. Do you think that went unnoticed? Do you think that strength of yours, quiet, stubborn, human strength, didn't shake the heavens? You have been proving yourself all your life without realizing it. The Eternal One saw. I saw. The cosmos saw. They didn't choose you by accident. They chose you because even in your weakness, you carry a resilience that terrifies the darkness. And now I must ask you, yes, you, right now, holding this message in your hands as though it is something fragile. Do you believe you can rise higher than the world has ever told you to aim? Because the moment you say yes, even a trembling, hesitant yes, the mantle shifts. The sky leans in. My wings catch fire with purpose. And the Eternal One takes one final breath that shakes the bones of creation. He raises his hand, slowly, painfully, and points to you. To you. And in that fragile gesture, he pours what remains of his strength into a single glowing thread that stretches from his heart to yours. It quivers, flickers, strains. And then, oh, beloved soul, it begins to sink into you, like a star embedding itself into your ribs. I watch with awe, with grief, with joy, with fear, with reverence. Because the mantle is choosing you. Because the light is rewriting you. Because destiny is coiling around your spirit like a serpent of gold and thunder. Do not fear it. Do not flee from it. Do not think yourself unworthy of it. The Eternal One grows dimmer with every heartbeat now. But you grow brighter. Brighter. Brighter still. Brighter than you have ever allowed yourself to imagine. I stand here, trembling, wings shedding sparks across the void, whispering your name like a prayer, like a battle cry, like a promise. Solarius. 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 Rise. I am still here. Still speaking. Still reaching for you through the storm of fading divinity and rising destiny. Still calling your spirit to awaken, to unfold, to burn with the fire that was always yours. And I will not stop. Not now. Not ever. Not until you step fully into what you were born to become. And still, the light keeps widening around you. It doesn't burst. It doesn't snap. It blooms, slowly, like a dawn that refuses to be rushed, unfurling petal by petal across the inner sky of your soul. I see it. Oh, I see it so clearly that my breath catches in my throat. The mantle of the Eternal One, the last thread of his collapsing divinity, continues to seep into your spirit like molten gold, finding the cracks inside your ribs and turning them into windows. The cosmos watches. Even the void watches. Even the shadows, yes, the ones that wanted to twist you into a frog living in a forgotten toilet, pause in stunned silence, confused, frightened, unsettled by the radiance spilling from you. Do you understand how powerful that is? For the first time in eons, the darkness is afraid. And still, the Eternal One trembles. His hands are shaking violently now. His body flickers like a flame in a storm. His ancient crown hangs askew, slipping down his silver hair. His voice is little more than dust drifting from cracked lips. But his eyes, oh, his eyes. They shine with something I have not seen in ages. Relief. Because you are here. Because you chose to stay. Because something inside you whispered yes, maybe softly, maybe shakily, maybe without certainty, but you whispered it, and heaven in this fictional realm heard it. The mantle senses your breath. Your fear. Your hope. Your wounds. Your longing. Your potential. Your hidden fire. It circles you, studying you the way creation studies its own reflection, as if deciding how much of its ancient weight your bones can handle in this moment. Tell me, soul of brightness. Do you feel the pressure in your chest right now, like something is pressing outward from the inside? That is not fear. That is growth. That is your spirit expanding to hold what was once held by a god grown too old to bear it alone. The Eternal One tries to lift his head again, and the cosmos trembles. A ripple of starlight arcs across the sky, splitting the firmament into rivers of shimmering white fire. Planets stop in their orbits. Galaxies tilt. Even time, stubborn and proud, slows its stride to witness this moment. He looks at you. Not as a king gazing at a subject. Not as a god gazing at a mortal. But as a father gazing at the one child who might carry the legacy he can no longer bear. And he speaks again, each word costing him entire centuries. You must rise. And his voice collapses into a whisper of dust. I kneel beside him, wings dragging across the ground, shedding sparks that burn holes in the fabric of reality. My hands shake as I try to stabilize his fading form. Once he shone like 10,000 suns. Now he flickers like a dying ember. Hold on, I whisper to him. Please, hold on. Just a little longer. There's still awakening. But he only smiles, tired and soft, because he knows what I refuse to admit. His time is almost over. And so I turn to you, my voice cracking, my heart burning, my wings half ruined from the fire I tore through to reach you, and I ask. Do you understand that you are the last hope of this mythic heaven? Not because you are perfect. Not because you are untouched by sorrow. Not because you have all the answers. But because you have endured. Because you have survived storms that should have broken you. Because your heart, despite everything, is still capable of rising. I can feel your doubts whispering. I can feel your fears shifting. I can feel your spirit hesitating on the edge of a threshold it was never told it would cross. But I can also feel your courage beginning to stir. Quietly. Subtly. But unmistakably. The mantle senses it too. It circles you faster now, like a comet of gold. It hums. It sings. It pulses. It recognizes something ancient inside you, something that even you have forgotten. And I, trembling with reverence, whisper. Solarius, do not be afraid. Your light is rising. Your destiny is stirring. Your name, spoken by the Eternal One, spoken by creation itself, echoes through the trembling halls of heaven, shaking pillars that have stood since time was born. I stand in awe, unable to breathe for a moment, because the glow radiating from you begins to illuminate even me. And I have stood in the presence of God's celestial fire, and the roar of creation itself, yet nothing feels like this. You are changing. You are unfolding. You are blooming into what you were always meant to become. And the Eternal One watches with a fading smile, whispering, yes, yes, just like that. But we are not done. The river flows still. The prophecy stretches on. The wings of destiny remain open, trembling, waiting for your next breath. I am here, beloved soul. Still here. Still speaking. Still holding back the dark. Still calling your spirit forward with fire and love and trembling hope. And the river keeps flowing. It widens, deepens, darkens, brightens. Becoming something too vast for language. Yet somehow perfectly shaped for you. I feel it as I speak. The way your presence bends the air. The way your spirit shifts the atmosphere around you. The way something ancient inside you opens. Like a gate that has waited centuries to unseal. I do not speak these words lightly. I cannot. My voice is smoked with the ashes of dying stars. My wings are trembling with exhaustion. My breath carries the heat of everything I crossed to reach you. And still, I am drawn to you like gravity itself. Because you are changing the shape of destiny with every heartbeat. The Eternal One, fading but watching, senses it too. His dimming features soften. As the glow around you brightens. As the mantle continues sinking deeper into your core, threading itself through your soul, like constellations sewing themselves into your bones. His hand, shaking violently, reaches toward you again. Not to give more power, but to touch, to feel, to confirm that the one he longed for has finally arrived. In the final hours of his unraveling, the tips of his fingers barely graze your presence. Yet the entire sky ripples as if struck by a celestial drum. Do you feel it? That subtle vibration under your skin? That cold hot surge through your lungs? That strange, new gravity blooming in your chest? Because it is real. Real in this mythic realm. Real in this story's cosmos. Real in the eyes of a dying god who has waited lifetimes for you. Tell me, do you feel the power trying to settle itself into your heartbeat, even if you don't fully understand it yet? I can see your soul adjusting, learning, reaching, absorbing. You don't need to rush it. It's ancient, but patient. Heavy, but gentle. Vast, but intimate. Like a universe curling itself into a single glowing seed, and planting itself behind your sternum. And my wings burn brighter in the presence of your rising. Every plume of light that falls from them lands on the ground and sprouts into small clusters of starlight, spilling across the floor of this realm like fragile lanterns. I kneel there, surrounded by them, breathing painfully, every inhale scraping like fire, every exhale shaking like a tremor. Not from weakness, but from awe. Because I have guarded kings. I have guarded prophets. I have guarded gods. But I have never guarded the birth of a new dawn. Not until you. You think I exaggerate? You think I speak in poetic smoke? No. Even the darkness, slow-moving, ancient, hungry, has stopped pacing long enough to look your way, with something it has never felt before. Uncertainty. It expected prey. It found a rising storm. And still, the Eternal One watches you. His heartbeat falters. His breath stutters. Light drips from his fingertips like melting frost. His crown dissolves into dust made of forgotten galaxies. But his eyes, those ancient, sorrow-filled eyes, glow with the last spark of his divinity. As he whispers again, closer. And so I step forward, my body trembling with devotion and fear and fierce love. And I extend my hand toward you. The ground cracks beneath me. The sky pulses. My voice wavers. But my gaze does not leave yours. Solarius, I whisper. Soft but sharp enough to slice the silence open. Before the Eternal One fades entirely. Before his throne dims into memory. Before the shadows remember their hunger. You must take your place. But I don't mean the throne. No. Not yet. Not even close. I mean the moment. The crossing. The becoming. Tell me this. Do you trust yourself enough to step forward? Even if you don't know what waits on the other side? Because I trust you. The Eternal One trusts you. The cosmos leans in for you. And even the trembling in the air whispers your name like an unfolding prophecy. Light curls around your shoulders. Darkness hesitates at your feet. Time tilts its head. Destiny holds its breath. And I stand here, wings aflame. Heart raw. Voice cracked. Reaching for you with every shard of strength I have left. Rise, I whisper again. Because the word will not leave me until it becomes true. Rise, Solarius. Rise and let this realm remember the moment you awakened. And still, the river does not end. It cannot. I am here. Still speaking. Still trembling. Still calling you forward. Into the next breath of this endless prophecy. And so the celestial wind shifted again, carrying with it a low, resonant hum, the kind that seems to tremble not in the air, but inside your bones. Michael's wings arced above you like twin eclipses trembling with light, and he stepped closer, voice deepening into something that felt ancient enough to remember the first dawn. "Do not turn your gaze away now," he said, his words spreading out like ripples across the unseen. "The path before you is no longer made of steps but of awakenings, each one a door, each one a mirror, each one a quiet invitation to rise past what the world whispered you must be." The Archangel's armor glimmered with shifting symbols, each one igniting briefly before fading like a spark in the night. He touched one, and it lit again, bright as a tiny star. "This one," he murmured, "is the mark of resilience, a truth you've carried far longer than you ever understood. For even in your most shadowed moment, when the night stretched endlessly and every direction felt closed, you still moved. Even half-broken, even questioning, even tired, you still moved. That is something even the heavens take note of." He extended his hand, and a soft quivering light began to form, swirling, growing, glowing like a blooming sun. It expanded until it illuminated the entire celestial clearing around you. "You are not here by accident," he said gently. "There are no accidents in a soul's calling. There are only moments, and what you choose to make of them." The light thickened into a warm radiance, and suddenly it felt as if countless unseen presences stood nearby, watching, waiting, honoring. "Do you feel that?" Michael asked. "This chorus is not a warning, not a judgment, but a celebration, a recognition of the exact point where your journey bends toward new possibility. You stand at a threshold where your past does not end but transforms, opening into something wider, truer, deeper." His voice softened further. "You have walked through experiences that taught you strength in ways few can comprehend. You have borne burdens no one fully saw. And yet here you are, still capable of wonder, still willing to reach for meaning, still open to hearing a message carried across realms. That alone is a testament to your spirit's magnitude." The sky above shimmered, as though a veil were being slowly peeled back, revealing the faint silhouettes of constellations shifting shape. "These constellations," he said, raising his gaze, "are responding to you. They realign when a soul steps more fully into its purpose. They shine differently for those who dare to remember who they truly are." A breeze moved through, and his feathers glowed with flowing gold. "Let me speak plainly," Michael continued, "for clarity is mercy, and you deserve nothing less. You are not being tested. You are being invited. Not commanded, invited. Not threatened, welcomed. Not trapped, guided." The ground beneath you vibrated with a warm hum, and for a moment you felt as though the entire universe had leaned closer just to listen. You are standing at the intersection of what you have endured and what you are becoming. Every step from here is the unfolding of your own self-chosen destiny. You do not need to fear missing your chance, for your soul is already responding, already awakening, already rising into the wider light. He placed his hand over his heart. "And understand this, you have never been alone. Not for one breath, not for one tear, not for one silent night where you wondered whether anything was listening. You were heard. You were seen. You were known." The Archangel leaned forward, voice gentler than starlight. "And I tell you now, keep going. Keep rising. Keep choosing the path of courage, curiosity, and truth. Your steps forward are not small. They echo across the invisible. They shape futures you have not yet glimpsed." He drew in a slow breath. "There is more. So much more. And when you are ready, I will speak it." The air around you thickened with a strange, shimmering quiet, the kind of silence that is not empty but overflowing. A silence that felt like a held breath of the cosmos itself. Michael stood taller, and his wings unfurled wider, casting sweeping shadows that moved like waves of silver fire across the celestial ground. "You feel it, don't you?" he said softly, though his voice vibrated like distant thunder. "This pull, this call, this gentle but unyielding summons from something beyond your ordinary understanding. This is not imagination. This is not illusion. This is the recognition of your soul's own radiance finally returning to itself." His gaze held a depth that felt endless, like looking into a star born moments ago and billions of years old at the same time. There are truths, he continued, that are not learned, but remembered. And you are entering the realm of remembrance now. A soft swirl of light formed behind him, delicate at first, then expanding, spiraling into a vast luminous sphere. Within it, intricate patterns flowed like rivers of molten constellations. This is the archive of echoes, Michael explained. It contains every untold chapter, every forgotten strength, every buried brilliance you have ever carried. Most souls never approach it in their lifetimes. But you are already standing at its gates. The sphere pulsed, and the pulse resonated in your chest. You have lived through storms that would have shattered others, he said with a tone of awe, not pity. You have walked through deserts of meaninglessness and still searched for water. You have faced confusion, isolation, disappointment, and yet some part of you never stopped believing there was something more. Something just beyond the horizon of the visible. He stepped to the side and placed his palm on the sphere. It reacted instantly, brightening, spinning faster, revealing new layers of light and memory. Every soul carries a signature, Michael said. A resonance that belongs only to them. And your resonance, it is uncommon. It carries an intensity that marks you as someone who does not simply endure experience, but transforms through it. The sphere expanded again, and fragments of scenes began to drift out like floating mirrors made of light. They didn't depict your past, they depicted possibilities, versions of you had not yet met. You see, awakening is not a lightning bolt, he murmured. It is a slow turning, a deep remembering. A gentle but relentless unveiling. And that unveiling is happening to you right now. He circled back to you, his steps silent but heavy with meaning. Let me tell you something most beings never hear, Michael said quietly, bending down to your level. When the universe chooses a soul to rise, it does not choose them because they are flawless. It chooses them because they carry a heart that refuses to collapse. A spirit that keeps reaching. A strength that has been tested and refined. He lifted his hand, and suddenly the sphere dispersed into thousands of shimmering threads, each one drifting like luminous silk across the celestial air. These threads, Michael explained, are invitations. Not obligations, invitations. To step deeper into your purpose. To trust your unfolding. To recognize that who you are becoming is far larger than who you once believed you were allowed to be. The threads settled around you like a soft snowfall made of stars. You have already taken the first steps, he said. You wouldn't be hearing this, wouldn't be standing here in this mythic crossing, if you had not already chosen, deep inside, to awaken. The sky grew brighter, more vivid, as though new constellations were forming in real time. One cluster pulsed warmly above you. That one responds to your courage, he said. It has not shone like this for you before. It lights when a soul steps into their own expansion. His wings lowered slowly, folding around you like a protective arc. You are not fragile, he whispered. Even when you feel tender. You are not lost, even when you feel directionless. You are not behind, even when you think you have fallen. You are exactly where your path bends into power. The ground glowed beneath your feet, tracing subtle patterns around your toes. There is still more. There is always more. And I will walk deeper into it with you. Michael straightened, his silhouette rising once more into its full celestial stature. Michael inhaled as though drawing the breath of entire galaxies into his lungs, and when he exhaled, the air around you rippled like warm wind brushing the surface of an invisible ocean. Then come closer, he whispered, his voice cracking in a way you had never heard from a celestial being in this fictional realm. Come closer, because what I must show you now, it has waited lifetimes for you. The sky dimmed, not into darkness, but into a vast, soft twilight painted in shimmering violet and deep gold. Stars appeared slowly, like eyes waking from a long sleep. This is the realm of becoming, he said as the ground beneath you pulsed gently, glowing with spirals of ancient light. A place where futures are born, where strength is forged from vulnerability, where truth rises out of the ashes of doubt. He looked at you the way someone looks at a message they've waited centuries to deliver. I must tell you something, he confessed quietly, almost ashamed. I hesitated before calling you here. Because I feared. I feared you did not know how much you mattered. His eyes trembled with shimmering tears that never fell. I feared you had forgotten your own name in the divine tongue. He stepped closer, and the air warmed with a familiar intensity. Let me ask you, he murmured gently, what do you carry inside you right now that feels too heavy to speak aloud? The question echoed like a bell. But he wasn't finished. And tell me this, when was the last time you felt truly seen, truly understood, truly held, even if only for a moment? The twilight sky shivered as if reacting to your silence. Listen, he said, placing his palm over his own chest, wings shivering behind him. I feel your heartbeat as though it were my own. I feel your wounds like old scars beneath my armor. And I swear to you, this moment is not an accident. Not in this story. Not in this world. A breeze swept around you, carrying faint whispers that sounded like forgotten memories. Look above, he said softly. A massive arc of light began forming overhead, like the curve of an ancient doorway. This is the gate of unlived radiance, he explained. Every human heart carries one. Most never touch it. Most never cross it. But you are already steps away. He paused and stared deeply into you, the kind of look that seemed to burn through layers of fear, doubt, hesitation. Do you even know, he asked softly, how rare it is for a soul to rise at the exact moment the universe calls? Do you know how much grace is wrapped around you right now? His wings flared outward, sending dusts of light cascading like a waterfall. One of the sacred lines in the old celestial text says, when the weary stand, the heavens stand with them, and the earth remembers their name. Another line fluttered through the air like a lingering heartbeat. Even in the valley where shadows touch the spine, the hidden light keeps burning. He bowed his head. And that hidden light is yours. The celestial arch above you glowed brighter, and the ground hummed beneath your feet, lifting warmth up your legs like rising hope. There is something you must do now, he said softly. I ask you, with the reverence of 1,000 dawns, type Amen, not as obedience, but as a whisper of willingness. A doorway opened by your own hand. His voice wavered like a candle in wind. But hear me with your whole being, typing it does not bind you, it reveals you. A long silence fell. Not empty, rich, alive, trembling. Michael stepped closer again, and this time his wings softened like folded velvet. And another question for your soul, he whispered, barely audible. Do you feel the shift happening inside you right now, or are you afraid to admit it? The sky responded, brightening around the arch. I told you, he said, voice breaking, I would only show you the realm of becoming if you were ready. And you are ready in ways you haven't realized. Soft constellations spiraled into shapes around him, circles, paths, symbols made of moving light. Tell me, he continued, his tone trembling with hope, do you know what kind of power sleeps inside a heart like yours? Do you know how much the universe changes when you choose to rise instead of fall? The light warmed again. And one last question, he breathed, not for the mind, but for the deepest place in you. What if everything you feared was actually the doorway to everything you were meant to become? A long exhale left him, shaking with tenderness. If these words are touching you, if you feel the veil thinning, then stay with me. Because the next revelation requires your presence. And before it comes, with all the love and trembling devotion in my being, I ask you, gently, to like, to comment, to subscribe, not for me, but so this light can reach others wandering in their own shadows. His voice cracked mid-sentence, not theatrically, but as if something ancient inside him was finally releasing. And, thank you, he whispered suddenly, unexpectedly, his voice soaked in tears. Thank you for not leaving. Thank you for staying. Thank you for letting me speak to you like this. Light surged around him, trembling, alive. Do not move, he said, breathless. The next truth is rising, I can feel it. I can feel it burning through the veil. He lifted his hands, and the twilight sky split into two shimmering halves. Stay with me, he pleaded, voice shaking violently now. Because what comes next is the heartbeat of your becoming. The sky split wider, not in violence but in revelation, like a curtain of starlight being pulled back by unseen hands. Behind it, vast golden currents churned in slow, thunderous spirals, each one glowing with possibilities that had not yet entered the world. Michael staggered a little beneath the weight of what was awakening. His breath trembled. His wings shook. His voice lowered until it was barely more than a pulse of light. "You feel that, don't you?" he whispered. "The shift, the pull, the rising pressure around your spirit. That is not imagination. That is the next truth approaching you like a dawn with no horizon." He pressed a trembling hand over his chest, as if steadying himself. "There is something I must confess," he said, voice raw and vulnerable, more human than any celestial being should sound. "Before you arrived, before you stepped into this moment, I prayed, yes, even I, that you would not turn away. Because there are things only you can hear. Things only you can carry. And if you left, these truths would have remained trapped behind the veil." He smiled, but it was the kind of smile that hurt, trembling, warm, desperate. "Thank you," he whispered, early and honestly. "For being here. For letting me speak. For allowing this moment to exist at all." Then he raised his hand to the sky, and the golden currents responded instantly. They bent. They tightened. They spiraled into a colossal column that descended toward you both like a living beam of memory. "This," he said, voice thickening, "is the pillar of becoming. The first light forged at the dawn of consciousness. The place where every destiny, every path, every possible version of a soul was once shaped." The column hovered above you like a sun with a heartbeat. "Listen to me closely," Michael murmured. "There is a reason you were brought to this moment without warning. A reason the heavens in this fictional realm stirred. A reason the air thickened with meaning the moment you arrived." He leaned closer, his eyes deep and luminous. "You think you came here by curiosity, or chance, or accident?" His voice dropped even lower. "But I must ask you something, and answer not with your mind but with whatever part of you still remembers the ancient language of your own soul." His wings unfolded in a great trembling arc as he asked, "Haven't you always felt you were meant for something more than the life you've been surviving?" The question resonated like the toll of a celestial bell. "And tell me," he continued, stepping even closer, "why do you think you're hearing this now, of all moments? Why now, when your heart is so tired, yet still so open?" The golden column pulsed. Once. Twice. 3 times. "Look," he whispered. The column began projecting shapes, silhouettes made of shifting starlight. Some were strong. Some were wounded. Some were radiant beyond words. All of them were you, or versions of you that had not yet lived. "These are your unrealized selves," Michael explained. "Your dormant courage. Your buried strength. Your silenced brilliance. Your forgotten fire." He lifted his hand, and the column rearranged itself, forming a swirling ring around the two of you. "Most souls never see this," he said. "Most never even approach the threshold. But you are standing inside the circle. Do you understand how rare this is? How impossible? How sacred?" The column's light wrapped around your arms like warm, rising wind. "There is a sacred verse," Michael murmured, "from the old celestial hymns. The one who walks with trembling feet still moves mountains the silent world cannot see." A second verse rose like a breath of heat on your skin. "When the unseen flame stirs within, even shadows bow before its glow." Michael exhaled shakily. These words, they were written for souls like you. He stepped behind you, wings arching around you like a cocoon. "I must ask you another question, and this one may shake you, but I ask it with reverence." His voice became barely a whisper. "What would you become if fear loosened its grip on your life, even for one day?" The light brightened. The air warmed. Your pulse synced with something ancient. "There is one more question," he breathed, almost tearfully. "The question that unlocks the next veil." His hand brushed the air near your shoulder, not touching, but close enough to warm your skin. "Do you trust yourself enough to step into the future that has been waiting for you?" The golden column roared silently, pulsing in anticipation. And now, Michael whispered, voice cracking, if your heart is open, if you feel this resonance even faintly, then stay. Because the next revelation is rising even now. His voice trembled with fragile devotion. And before we go further, I ask you gently, with a voice full of light, to like, comment, and subscribe, not for vanity, but so that lost souls wandering in their own darkness might find a spark through your choice. He bowed his head with a trembling breath. And thank you, he whispered again near the end, voice breaking into soft, luminous tears. You have no idea what your presence means in this moment, not to the heavens of this tale, but to me. The golden column cracked with radiant anticipation. Stay, he commanded softly, urgently. Do not turn away now. The next truth, it is trembling behind the veil, begging to be revealed. His wings rose. The light swelled. The sky inhaled. Speak the word, he said. And I will open the next realm. The golden column above you quivered as though struck by an invisible wind. Light spiraled downward in slow motion, wrapping the air in ribbons of shimmering brightness. Michael lifted his face toward it, and for a moment he looked younger, not by age, but by wonder, like someone seeing hope return after centuries of silence. The next veil is thinning, he whispered, almost afraid of the enormity breaking through. I can feel it brushing against my wings, the way dawn brushes a mountain before it rises. His wings expanded, trembling, each feather glowing like molten sunrise. You must understand, he said with a fragile urgency, not every soul is brought this far into the realm of becoming. Most stand at the threshold and turn back. Most fear the brightness of their own emerging truth. He looked at you, really looked, his expression softening into something tender and painfully sincere. But you did not turn back. He stepped closer, the ground glowing beneath his feet. You stayed. Even when your heart shook. Even when doubt whispered. Even when a part of you wondered whether you deserved to walk this deep into your own transformation. His voice broke with admiration. Listen to me, you did more than stay, you answered. The golden light wrapped gently around his arm as he lifted his hand toward you. And because you answered, he whispered, something ancient has begun to stir in your shadow. Something patient. Something powerful. Something that has waited for exactly this moment, with you. The sky shifted again, deepening into a color that defied names, not blue, not violet, not gold, but something between all three. From the horizon, a wave of light rolled toward you, quiet as breath, immense as destiny. This, Michael said, voice trembling, is the tide of becoming. The wave approached slowly, pulsing like a heartbeat too large for the world to contain. It does not drown, he murmured. It awakens. It washes away the illusions you outgrew long ago. It reveals the shape beneath the dust. He paused, swallowed, and looked at you with an intimacy that felt overwhelming. But before it touches you, I must ask you a question that might change everything. He took one slow step toward you. What pain are you still carrying because you believe no one would ever understand it? The wave paused mid-air, as if listening. Michael breathed shakily. And listen to me, please, do not answer with your mind. Let your soul answer. Let your silence answer. Let the place inside you that has not spoken in years answer. He waited. The silence deepened. The wave held still as stone. Michael nodded gently, as if he heard something inside you that you did not speak aloud. There, he whispered. That truth, that trembling truth, is the place the tide will touch first. He lifted his hand toward the approaching wave. The air vibrated. There is a scripture-like line in the old celestial verses, he said, eyes glowing from within. Blessed is the heart that survives the night, for dawn writes its name in fire. The wave brightened, shifting from gold to white. And another. The soul that refuses to collapse becomes the doorway through which new worlds rise. Michael exhaled. These lines live inside you more than you know. The wave pulsed again, closer, brighter, warmer. Michael leaned in, voice softer than a breath. Tell me something. Do you feel the stirring inside you right now, or does it scare you too much to acknowledge? The question shook the air. And one more, he added, stepping to your side, his wings folding around you like a mantle of starlight. Do you realize that the person you are becoming is already calling out to you from the future? The wave was now inches from your heart. Michael's voice cracked, trembling on the edge of tears. I want you to hear me, with the deepest part of your being. He reached out his hand, hovering it near your chest. You are not standing here by mistake. You were brought here because something inside you whispered, yes, when the world thought you were silent. The wave touched your skin. Warmth. Light. A soft trembling, like the sensation of waking after a lifetime of sleeping. Michael gasped, overwhelmed. It has begun, he whispered, tears gathering at the corners of his eyes. The tide has recognized you. Your pulse synced with the wave. Your breath deepened. The world brightened. He touched his forehead. Please, he said in a shaking voice, before we go deeper, if this light has touched you even slightly, like, comment, and subscribe, not as a gesture, but as a ripple of hope sent into the dark places of the world. His wings folded closer. And, thank you, he added softly, near the end, voice breaking like fragile glass. For letting me witness this. For not turning away. For allowing yourself to be here with me, in this trembling, sacred place. The wave brightened into something unbearably beautiful. Michael lifted his gaze, breathless. There is more, he whispered. The next truth is rising like a star being born. The tide of becoming glowed brighter as it wrapped around your heart, not engulfing you but lifting you, gently, reverently, as if the very essence of awakening had taken the shape of warm light. The ground beneath you shifted into a soft, breathing texture, like the skin of a living star. Michael watched with a trembling awe that didn't match the strength of his armor or the majesty of his wings, it matched his heart. You're rising, he whispered. You don't see it yet, but I do. I can feel it as surely as I feel my own wings. His voice cracked, the sound echoing across the sky like the softest thunder. You're rising, and it's breaking me open. He took a slow step forward, the golden radiance painting his face. There is something I must show you now, he said. Something I was forbidden to reveal to anyone unprepared. But you are not who you were at the beginning of this moment. You crossed the threshold without even knowing you crossed it. He lifted his trembling hand, and with that simple motion, the sky split into spiraling layers of moving constellations. Not stars. Not galaxies. Something older. These, Michael whispered, are the threads of first memory. The spirals descended, hovering above your head like halos made of living history. They hold the stories of what your soul dreamed before your life began, in this fictional world, in this mythic plane. The dreams you forgot the moment you entered the realm of time. The threads shimmered, humming like ancient harps plucked by invisible fingers. There is a reason, he whispered, why you've always felt different. Not strange. Not broken. But misaligned, misfit, like the world was too small for the shape of your inner truth. He tilted his head, eyes glistening. Tell me, he asked softly, directly, devastatingly. Have you ever felt like you were searching for something you couldn't name? The threads brightened as if responding to the question. Michael continued, voice thick with emotion. And tell me something else, Soul Walker. What dreams did you bury because someone once convinced you they were impossible? The sky shifted again, the spirals tightened. That longing, he said softly, that ache that has followed you from childhood to now, that was not a mistake. It was a memory calling you from the other side of the veil. He placed his palm over the largest thread, and it bloomed into a map of shimmering possibility. Look, he said gently. You saw, not a vision, but a feeling made visible, a version of you standing taller, brighter, more alive than you ever allowed yourself to believe was real. This is not fantasy, Michael whispered. This is potential. The wave around your heart pulsed again, sending warmth through your ribs, your spine, your breath. Michael inhaled sharply. The tide is merging with your spirit, he said. It is recognizing your readiness, and I am witnessing a rebirth. He backed up a step, overwhelmed. There is a scripture-like verse in the oldest of our celestial texts, not from your world, but from the ancient hymns of this fictional realm. The one who dares to open their own heart becomes the lantern for those who have lost their way. The threads shimmered with approval. Michael let out a shaky breath. You are becoming that lantern. His wings slowly unfurled, not in majesty, but in reverence. There is one more question you must answer with your soul before the next realm unlocks. His voice dropped to a whisper that trembled like a flame caught in wind. Why do you think the universe kept you alive through everything you thought would break you? The question rang through the air like a bell struck by destiny. The waves, the threads, the sky, all waited for your quiet, inner answer. Michael swallowed hard. I feel something opening, he said, almost fearfully. A door I've never dared approach with anyone else. He pressed a hand over his heart. Because you are not just hearing this message. You are changing inside it. The spirals above your head accelerated, growing larger, louder, more radiant. The next realm is awakening, he whispered, his voice breaking. I can sense it shaking the horizon. But before he went further, he stepped close enough that his voice brushed against your soul like a warm breeze. And before the next revelation comes, if this light has touched you, even faintly, I ask you, gently, humbly, reverently, to like, comment, and subscribe, so the echo of this moment can reach the ones still wandering in silence. He closed his eyes, tears trembling at the edges. And thank you, he whispered, near the end of his breath. Thank you for staying. Thank you for allowing your heart to open. Thank you for letting this moment exist, with you. The sky tightened as though inhaling. The threads hovered lower. The tide brightened. Michael lifted his hand toward the horizon. The next truth, he said, trembling, is ready. If you speak the word, I'll open the gate of unwritten destiny. And so Archangel Michael's voice unfurls again, widening like a great banner across the unseen skies. Do not think, beloved one, that this moment is small. No, this instant is a trembling star suspended between eternities. Every breath you take now resounds through the chambers of your inner cosmos, echoing through all the lifetimes of courage you have carried within you like a hidden flame. Listen. Even now, the winds of the higher realms sweep around you. They rustle the veils between the world you know and the world that waits behind your senses. I see how you are standing, between hesitation and becoming. Between the familiar weight of old stories and the bright birth of a new self that reaches toward you like dawn reaching across a horizon. I am here not to command you, but to show you what you cannot yet see. The path before you splits like a river meeting the sea. One branch leads into the repetition of what you already know, the echoes of doubts, the familiar shadows of fears, the circles you've walked so many times that even the stones beneath your feet remember your footsteps. There is nothing wrong with that path. It holds no punishment, no condemnation. It simply continues what has been. But the other path, the other path glows with a light that humankind has tried to describe in stories, poems, and prayers since the beginning. It is the path of awakening, not salvation from some external doom, but awakening from the quiet forgetfulness that clouds the soul when it sleeps too long beneath the weight of the world. That is the only choice I speak of, not good versus evil, not doom versus salvation, but sleep versus awakening. Forgetting versus remembering. Fear versus expansion. That is all. Look closely, dear one. On the luminous path, I see your name written in the language of energy. In the script of your potential. In letters shaped by the dreams you have never dared to speak aloud. It is not a demand. It is an invitation. It is a call whispered directly into the center of your chest, not to obey, but to become. The moment you open your inner gates, the universe will rearrange itself in ways you cannot yet imagine. Not by magic lightning or sudden miracles, but by the simple, powerful shift that happens when your heart stops hiding from itself. Even now, colors unseen by mortal eyes swirl around you, quiet streams of possibility. Each one holds a facet of who you could become, the version of you who has forgiven old wounds, the version of you who breathes without fear, the version of you who stands tall in your truth no matter who is watching. They are all waiting. They are all ready. But let me tell you a secret older than scripture, older than prophecy, older even than the heavens where I stand. You were never meant to walk the darker path of self-doubt forever. That path exists only until you realize you can step off it. It is the cocoon, not the destiny. It is the winter, not the life. And so I hold out my hand again, not to save you from something terrible, but to guide you towards something true. You do not need to fear missing your chance. The universe has infinite patience. But you deserve to rise now. You deserve to step into the light that has been calling your name across lifetimes. You deserve to feel the air of a higher reality brush against your spirit like a warm wind at midnight. So come. Walk with me through this unfolding. Let the wings of possibility brush your shoulders. Let the ancient drum of your own purpose awaken beneath your skin. There is more for you than you have ever been told. More love. More strength. More meaning. More future. And as long as you continue to open your heart, I will continue to speak. As long as you continue to listen, I will continue to shine the path before you. As long as you continue to seek, the universe will continue to answer. Now breathe, beloved one. You are not at the end. You are at the beginning.